William James, The Varieties of Religious Experience, Notable American Authors. Embark on a journey to explore the diverse landscape of religious experiences and their impact on human psychology with William James, The Varieties of Religious Experience. Understand how our unique perceptions and emotions shape our individual beliefs and insights into the world. Delve into various aspects of religion, from institutional to personal, and the significance of mystical experiences. Uncover the transforming power of religious experiences and the characteristics of saintliness in individuals. Discover the role of prayer, the subconscious, and the relevance of religious philosophy or theology in our lives.
Religion and psychology. The link between religious experiences and the mind is explored in this book. While science and philosophy have their place, they cannot explain everything we experience. Religious experiences open our minds to new emotions and guide us towards new revelations. Despite being perceived by some as symptomatic of mental illness, religious experiences can provide immense value and be educational. Through the story of George Fox, we can see how drawing on these experiences can lead to new religious movements. To understand the value of religion, we must separate its history, constitution, and origin, and consider its importance in our lives. 2 Facets of Religion. Religion is not just about churches and temples. There are 2 main facets of religion: institutional religion and personal religion. Institutional religion involves predetermined religious practices that are often not a matter of choice. It is more of a cultural norm acquired while growing up. Personal religion, on the other hand, reflects our deep-rooted beliefs or what we consider to be true. It can be in the form of belief in science or any other personal truth. Personal religion is rife with religious experiences, feelings, and behaviors that individuals act out when they feel connected to the divine. Unlike morality, which is a product of logical reasoning, religion involves emotions. The faithful Christian sees problems as signposts of divine purpose and embraces them gladly, while the moral Stoic deals with life's challenges without complaint but doesn't see any purpose in doing so. By understanding personal religion based on experiences, feelings, and behaviors, we can differentiate it from morality in philosophy. The power of the unseen. Our beliefs in things that can't be seen guide our behavior. Although abstract and unseen ideas affect the way we think and act, they are as real as the seen. The memory of being insulted, for example, is often more visceral than the actual experience of affront. We act as if we were free and perceive human nature as if it was bursting with potential, and this unseen order guides our behavior. Our belief in beauty, strength, truth, justice, and so on, makes them real. Plato's idea of forms explains that physical things are just copies of their absolute form, which can't be witnessed directly. Instead, we see them indirectly, like shadows cast on the wall of a cave. Regardless of whether these beliefs are true or not, they allow us to define our visible world. Healthy-Mindedness, a force within us. The book explores the concept of healthy-mindedness, its 2 types and their characteristics. It primarily focuses on the latter kind and how adopting this approach can heal various physical illnesses. The author introduces once-born and twice-born types of healthy-minded individuals and uses Walt Whitman as an example of the former. While once-born people are naturally happy and healthy-minded, twice-born individuals see the world as a combination of good and bad, and thus they must defy the negative elements in life to maintain their mental and physical health. The author advocates for adopting a healthy-minded perspective, which he argues can aid in the healing of physical health issues. This contradicts the traditional scientific view that suggests humans are passive recipients of diseases caused by external factors such as bacteria and viruses and require external treatment like medication. Instead, the author contends that individuals possess a force within themselves that can heal physical ailments if they believe in it. The book connects this concept with the modern-day mindfulness and self-help movements. Sickly Souls, the battle between good and evil. The book discusses how experiencing evil can lead to a sickly soul filled with sinister thoughts, which could result in depressive illnesses. The author identifies two types of sickly souls. One believes that evil deeds can be absolved of guilt through prayer and hope, while the other believes sin is inescapable and leads to depressive illnesses. However, religious experiences can help alleviate depression. The author cites Leo Tolstoy's My Confession, which highlights the meaninglessness of finite life compared to an infinite, spiritual one, and how belief and faith can provide answers to the puzzle of existence. The Twice-Born and the Journey to Healing. The twice-born are those who acknowledge the division between good and bad within themselves and the world. This division can be reconciled through either gradual change or abrupt change. The story of Tolstoy illustrates the gradual overcoming of the divided self, while St. Augustine of Hippo's conversion to Christianity exemplifies the latter. The conflict between the ideal self and the actual self can be healed through these two means, as shown by ancient Greek medical teachings. As such, the darker side of life that the twice-born see is not necessarily problematic, but rather an opportunity for growth and reunification of the divided self. Understanding conversion. Conversion is the process of transferring power from one set of ideas to another. When a group of ideas dominates over others, it becomes the habitual center of personal energy. There are two ways conversion happens: volitional, which is voluntary and conscious, and self-surrender, which is involuntary and subconscious. The latter can be instantaneous in select cases. Religious conversion brings new emotional experiences like well-being, happiness, and understanding new truths. The four attitudes of saintliness. After a religious conversion, saintliness emerges as a natural outcome as our spiritual emotions become the center of our personal energy. This trait comprises a set of attitudes and beliefs that promote positive behavior change, including surrendering to a higher power, feeling blissful and free, expanding one's life through joyful calm, and embracing charity. These attitudes converge to yield the four characteristics of a saintly person, which are asceticism, strength of soul, purity, and charity. Saint Francis of Assisi's life provides a perfect illustration of how these four elements come together in one person. He lived in voluntary poverty and asceticism, showed charity by helping leprosy sufferers with the strength of soul to risk infection and kiss them, and had a strong desire to find solitude and purity in hermitages or nature. Saintliness, therefore, is an outlook that promotes a life of positive impact, joy, and fulfillment by changing one's habitual center of personal energy. Modern saintliness. The changing characteristics and relevance of modern-day saints are examined in this book's summary. While classic saintliness may no longer apply, certain traits like charity and asceticism can still offer valuable lessons. Throughout history, the definition of a saint has undergone significant changes as societies have evolved. The usefulness of certain traits has shifted. For example, Christianity replaced pagan gods as people became more educated. In the modern era, excessive purity is no longer a virtue, and involvement in human affairs is increasingly valued. Meanwhile, solitude and hermetism have lost importance. Charity, while often taken to extremes, has played a vital role in social evolution by inspiring moral improvement. Similarly, asceticism may feel outdated, but poverty can teach valuable lessons that are still applicable. In modern times, choosing a simpler, more spiritual life is often viewed with suspicion, but it should be celebrated as a way of fostering saintliness. Though classic saintliness may no longer be the ultimate goal, we can still learn from the saints and their traits. By examining these characteristics in the context of modern society, we can gain insight and inspiration to improve ourselves. Understanding mystical states of consciousness. Mystical experiences are hard to define or communicate but are characterized by ineffability, noetic quality, transiency, and passivity. Ineffability refers to the difficulty in expressing these experiences in words, while noetic quality suggests that they impart profound knowledge. Transiency means that these experiences are usually brief, and passivity denotes the feeling of losing control. Despite the challenges in communicating mystical experiences, they offer a glimpse into possible alternative realities. The author himself experimented with inducing these states and found that these experiences revealed another consciousness beyond the known world. Understanding mystical states of consciousness is therefore important as they help us appreciate the depth of human experience and our connection to different realities beyond our comprehension. The evolution of religious science. Theology versus critical study of religion. Theology, defined as the attempt to explain religious experience, is based on a deeper feeling of religious experience that has always relied on proving the existence of God. However, abstract discussions of religion using philosophic language do not change the way believers behave, therefore becoming meaningless. The study of religion is not pointless, it should rather focus on a critical study of religion. This would help eliminate religious dogma that natural science has disproven, remove individual and historical misconceptions, weed out unlikely religious concepts and verify beliefs attached to them to ascertain which religion is most favorable. This kind of religious science will ultimately serve us more than the classic approach of religion through philosophy or theology. The power of prayer and subconscious in religion. Religion is often associated with prayer and revelations. Prayer is more than words, it is a movement of the soul that can provide energy, solace and weaken negative feelings. The subconscious is also integral in religion, with many key religious figures having received visions and instructions in their dreams. The subconscious is a source of inspiration that offers new pathways for the soul. Religion is a topic that often invokes thoughts of prayer and revelations. While these rituals and facets do play a significant role in religious practices, prayer and the subconscious have much more to offer. Prayer is more than just a simple recitation of words, it is a movement of the soul that connects an individual to their higher power. This connection provides a source of energy that can strengthen those who pray and offer solace in difficult times. Additionally, prayer can weaken negative feelings like fear and egotism, thus creating new pathways for the soul. Moreover, the subconscious is another integral part of religion, serving as the basis of many ideas we hold about religion today. Many religious figures, such as Muhammad, have received instructions and visions through their dreams and subconscious. These experiences offer a source of inspiration that expands our understanding of the world and can shape our beliefs. Overall, religion is not just a practice of routine, but a connection to the divine world that offers endless possibilities for the soul.
The key takeaways from The Varieties of Religious Experience center around the psychology and emotions behind religious experiences, beliefs, and practices. Appreciating the importance of personal and institutional religion, we recognize the evolving values of saintliness and the need for critical study and analysis. The transformative nature of religious experiences showcases how our individual beliefs, whether it involves God, beauty, or truth, can shape our behavior and outlook on life. Ultimately, the exploration in this work reveals the essentiality of understanding the underlying psychology and emotions in our religious experiences as fundamental to comprehending the holistic message of religion and spirituality.